Do we actually really know the day, the time, and the hour? Maybe. And guess what? We can start doing something to change it. Let's hear how scientists and climate activists have created an actual clock that is counting down the time we have remaining. Mind-blowing, right? I know. There are many theories about humanity's doomsday, but the most understandable one is that of the climate clock. Clocks usually just tell us the time, but this one tells us the time that we have remaining. The climate clock was first launched in New York during September 2020. It was the brainchild of climate activists Gan Galan and Andrew Boyd. It tells us the time that is left until the Earth's carbon budget is completely burnt out, and the effects of climate change would then be irreversible. You see, we have all heard of how important climate change is to all humanity. It is not an individual issue. It is a global concern, the most emergent one too. Never in the Earth's climate history has the temperatures risen so dramatically and consistently, and this is what is referred to as global warming. The emissions of greenhouse gases from human activities have been the leading cause of global warming. Human activities such as deforestation, burning of fossil fuels, decomposition of waste in landfills, and increased livestock farming has led to an increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. The three main greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. How does the increase in greenhouse gas emissions even cause the Earth's temperature to rise, you might ask? Well, greenhouse gases trap the heat from the sun as it passes through Earth's atmosphere. Of course, some greenhouse gases have always been in our atmosphere naturally, such as water vapor and carbon dioxide. But over time, humans have added more and more to the atmosphere, creating a massive heat trap. So what does this mean for us? Does it mean that when the climate clock strikes zero, we will all be cooked? The climate clock is not telling us that once the clock strikes zero, the Earth will blow up. It is, however, telling us that if we do not do anything to reduce our greenhouse emissions, then the effects of climate change will be irreversible. When the clock strikes zero, the likelihood of devastating climate change effects will be at an all-time high. The Earth's temperature will rise by 1.5 degrees. And I know what you're thinking. How bad could a little 1.5 degrees be? This is how bad. If the Earth's temperature rises by an additional 1.5 degrees Celsius, coral reefs will decline by 70 to 90%. Increased ocean acidity and decreased oxygen will damage marine life. There will be less use of rice and wheat. Heavy rainfalls from cyclones will be worse. Extremely hot days get hotter by 3 degrees Celsius. Extremely cold nights get warmer by 4.5 degrees Celsius. Plants, insects, vertebrates, and ultimately humans will be negatively impacted. Remember that a human's normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So imagine how less functional we will be when this delicate body temperature rises. Serious, right? But guess what? It's not all grim, because we have the climate clock ticking and it calls us to action. And here's what we can do. Decrease your carbon emissions and protest peacefully so that world organizations can make serious efforts to address climate change. Because, as I've said before, this is a global problem and the clock is literally ticking. Well, do you guys want to know how long we have left? According to the climate clock, we currently have less than 8 years to save the Earth and humanity. The time is now. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and blessed. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.